Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Book Notification Podcast, your go-to source for all of this week's new book releases. Today, we're diving into the week of January 7th to February 2nd. We have over 400 new titles hitting the shelves this week across multiple genres and series, so this is only a small fraction of this week's new releases. We aim to have a little something for every reader in this podcast, but there is so much that we can't cover it all. Check out booknotification.com to see all of this week's new releases and follow your favorite authors to get notified when their next work is set to be released. As always, we have 10 books to highlight releasing this week. Let's get into them. The Oligarch's Daughter by Joseph Binder is a tale of betrayal, survival, and shadowy power plays. A relentless, edge-of-your-seat journey that proves the past is never truly buried, and it can come back to haunt you when you least expect it. Paul Brightman is a man with a target on his back, hiding under a fake name in a quiet New England town, while $1 million bounty looms over him. But when his carefully constructed life is shattered, Paul is forced to run, disappearing into the wilds of New Hampshire to escape a team of relentless Russian operatives who always seem one step ahead. His past, however, is inescapable. 6 years ago, Paul was a rising star on Wall Street who fell for Tatiana, a photographer with a dangerous secret. Her father was a Russian oligarch at the center of a high-stakes intelligence game. Now, Paul must untangle a decades-old conspiracy that reaches into the highest levels of government if he wants to survive. This heart-pounding thriller channels the tension and intrigue of classic Cold War spy novels, while delivering a story tailor-made for today's unpredictable world. As Paul races against time to outwit his pursuers and uncover the truth, the stakes grow higher with every twist and turn. The Oligarch's Daughter releases on January 28th. USA Today best-selling author Paul Austin Ardoin begins a new journey today with A Time for Murder, the first book in the Time Loop Detective series. Detective Luke Guillory is stuck in a nightmare. After a freak power outage, he finds himself trapped in a relentless time loop, forced to relive the same 48 hours following the murder of a prominent real estate developer. As the son of a disgraced police chief, Luke is already a pariah in the Sacramento PD, with the lowest case closure rate on the force. Now, with time repeating itself, he must solve the murder to break free from the loop. Teaming up with a jaded retired detective, Luke dives into a tangled web of money, lies, and corruption, all while battling a department that's turned against him. This gripping first-in-a-series novel from the USA Today best-selling author of the Fenway Stevenson series is a high-stakes blend of crime, mystery, and a race against time. As Luke pieces together the clues, the pressure mounts. Every misstep resets the clock, and every failure brings him back to square one. Can he outsmart the killer, clear his name, and reclaim his life? Or is he doomed to repeat the same 2 days forever? Packed with twists, tension, and a unique premise, this is a must-read for fans of pulse-pounding thrillers. A Time for Murder will release on February 2nd. Order of Swans is the first in the fantasy romance Blue Swan duology by Jude Deveraux. In Order of Swans, folklore expert Kaylee Ahrens is drawn into a mesmerizing world where fairy tales come to life. A PhD student who has always believed in the power of stories, Kaylee's perspective shifts when she visits the remote island of Bellis with her friend Joby. What she discovers is a breathtaking realm filled with royalty, magic, and inhabitants who embody the tales she once thought were mere fiction. But Kaylee's arrival is no accident. She shares a mysterious connection to Bellis and possesses unique abilities that could shape its future. Tasked with finding a lost prince, she embarks on a perilous journey alongside Tanik, an enigmatic member of the Order of Swans, and Soji, her towering and loyal bodyguard. Together, they navigate a land where the line between fantasy and reality blurs, and where danger and wonder walk hand in hand. As Kaylee delves deeper into this enchanting yet treacherous world, she learns that the stories she once studied are far more complex than she imagined. Heroes and villains are not easily distinguished, and every choice she makes could alter the course of destiny. But as she uncovers her own role in this unfolding tale, Kaylee realizes that her own story is being written in ways she never anticipated. Order of Swans is a spellbinding blend of romance, fantasy, and adventure, where the power of stories transcend the page and the fate of a kingdom and one woman's heart hangs in the balance. Order of Swans will be available on January 28th. Superbloom by Nicholas Carr is this week's nonfiction pick. In Superbloom, How Technologies of Connection Tear Us Apart, Nicholas Carr delivers a provocative exploration of how communication technologies, from the telegraph to social media, have reshaped society, often for the worse. While these tools promise greater connection and understanding, Carr argues that they frequently breed confusion, conflict, and division. By mechanizing and accelerating communication, these technologies strip conversations of nuance, erode empathy, and amplify aggression. Carr challenges the widely held belief that more information and connectivity inherently leads to progress, revealing instead how digital platforms narrow our perspective, distort our perceptions, and exacerbate societal tensions. Even as artificial intelligence further blurs the line between reality and fantasy, Carr forces readers to confront uncomfortable truths about human nature and our vulnerability to the overwhelming flood of information. With a blend of historical analysis, scientific research, and psychological insight, Superbloom offers a sweeping critique of the impact of media on society and the individual. Carr examines how the tools designed to bring us together often drive us apart, highlighting the ways in which tech companies and their algorithms exploit our cognitive and emotional weaknesses. Amidst this bleak assessment, Carr offers a glimmer of hope. While it may be too late to overhaul the system, we still have the power to change how we engage with it. A thought-provoking and timely work, Superbloom urges readers to rethink their relationship with technology and reclaim agency in an increasingly disconnected world. Superbloom will be available on January 28th. The Haunted Histories Cozy Mystery series by Lynn M. Stout continues with Spooked at Smoky Stadium. Paranormal documentary filmmaker Jackie Thompson and her team are drawn into a chilling mystery when they're hired to investigate strange occurrences at the iconic Smoky Stadium. Rumors of ghostly pranksters, restless spirits, and even the remains of a notorious serial killer make the case too intriguing to ignore. But as the team delves into the stadium's labyrinth depths, they uncover more than just eerie creaks and shadows. They stumble upon a scandalous history, spectral football players, and a psychic professor whose cryptic insights only deepen the mystery. What begins as a routine investigation soon becomes a dangerous journey into the unknown, forcing Jackie to confront not only the supernatural, but also the personal ghosts from her own past. Spooked at Smoky Stadium is a gripping tale of mystery and the supernatural, where the line between living and dead blurs, and the past refuses to stay buried. Can Jackie and her team solve the case before they become permanent fixtures on the sidelines? Or will the stadium's dark secrets claim them first? Spooked at Smoky Stadium will be released on January 31st. Head Cases is the electrifying debut novel from John McMahon. In Head Cases, FBI agent Gardner Camden leads the Pattern and Recognition PAR unit, a team of brilliant but unconventional agents tasked with solving the Bureau's most baffling cases. Gardner, a puzzle-solving prodigy with a knack for cracking complex patterns, struggles with the emotional nuances of investigations, even when it comes to his own 7-year-old daughter, Camilla. When DNA evidence connects a murder victim to a serial killer long thought dead, the PAR unit is thrust into action. A second victim confirms a chilling pattern, and the killer begins leaving a trail of cryptic clues and riddles, specifically for Gardner, turning the investigation into a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. As the team, composed of a mathematician, a weapons expert, a computer analyst, and their seasoned leader, hits the road to track the killer, they find themselves in the public eye for the first time. But the closer they get to unraveling the mystery, the more the killer seems to know about them, putting their lives and families in grave danger. With tensions mounting and the stakes higher than ever, Gardner and his team must use every skill at their disposal to outwit a cunning adversary. Head Cases is a gripping, fast-paced thriller that combines razor-sharp intellect with heart-pounding action as the Parr unit races to solve the ultimate puzzle before it's too late. Head Cases will be available starting January 28th. Where the Heart is a memorable small-town romance by Nicola Marsh. Mila Hayes is determined to save her family's farm, even if it means marrying a man she doesn't love. But when her groom backs out at the last minute, leaving her humiliated in front of Sawyer Mann, her teenage crush and her brother's best friend, Mila's plans fall apart. Sawyer, now a successful land broker who left their small town of Ash Ridge years ago, offers to help, but Mila is skeptical. She's tired of temporary fixes and isn't ready to trust Sawyer again, especially when old feelings resurface. As Mila grapples with her heart and her head, she's forced to make a choice that could change her life forever. Meanwhile, Mila's grandmother, Adelaide, is wrestling with her own past. After leaving her husband Jack 14 years ago to pursue her dreams, Adelaide is back in Ash Ridge and haunted by memories stirred up by Mila's wedding. Though wary of rekindling a relationship with a man tied to the town she once fled, Adelaide begins to wonder if Jack might hold the key to a new future. Where the Heart is a heartfelt story of love, family, and second chances, where the bonds of home and the pull of the heart collide in unexpected ways. Can Mila and Adelaide find the courage to follow their hearts, or will the weight of the past keep them from embracing the future? Where the Heart is will be released on January 29th. USA Today best-selling and Edgar and Seamus award-winning author Alison Gaylin is back with We Are Watching. Meg Russo's life is shattered when a tragic car accident claims the life of her husband, Justin, and leaves her and her daughter, Lily, grappling with grief and guilt. 4 months later, as Meg tries to rebuild her life by reopening her small bookstore, she becomes the target of a sinister online conspiracy. Strangers begin harassing her with threatening messages, linking her to The Prophecy, a decades-old young adult novel that an extremist group believes predicts the apocalypse. Fueled by wild theories about Satanism and Meg's reclusive musician father, the group's obsession escalates into violent threats, forcing Meg to confront the terrifying possibility that Justin's death was no accident. As the danger intensifies, Meg must unravel the web of lies surrounding The Prophecy and its connection to her family. With her daughter and father at risk, she races to uncover the truth behind the conspiracy and the real motives of those targeting her. We Are Watching is a gripping, pulse-pounding thriller that explores the dark side of online obsession and the lengths to which people will go to protect or destroy what they believe. Can Meg expose the truth and stop the believers before it's too late? Or will the past consume her and everything she loves? We Are Watching hits shelves on January 28th. From USA Today bestselling author Sonali Dev comes There's Something About Mira, the heartfelt story of a woman determined to reunite a lost ring with its owner, who ends up finding herself along the way. Mira Salvi seems to have it all: a fulfilling career, a fiancé everyone loves, and a future that looks picture perfect. But when her engagement trip to New York turns into a solo adventure, Mira stumbles upon a lost ring and posts about it online, sparking a viral sensation. As strangers clamor to claim the ring, she crosses paths with Krish Hale, a brooding journalist determined to uncover the story behind it. Reluctantly teaming up, the two embark on a whirlwind journey to find the ring's true owner, forcing Mira to question whether the life she's built is truly the one she wants. Could this unexpected detour be the key to rewriting her own story? As Mira and Krish dig deeper into the mystery, their partnership evolves into something neither of them anticipated. With every twist and turn, Mira begins to wonder if the ring and Krish might hold the answers to a happiness she never knew she was missing. There's Something About Mira is a heartfelt tale of self-discovery, second chances, and the magic of finding what you didn't know you were looking for. Don't miss this enchanting novel by Sonali Dev, releasing February 1st. We saved one of the best for last with the #1 New York Times bestselling author Freida McFadden's new book, The Crash. Tegan is 8 months pregnant, alone, and desperate to escape her crumbling life. Hoping for a fresh start, she sets out to stay with her brother. Unaware, she's driving straight into a devastating blizzard. When her car breaks down in the outskirts of Maine, leaving her stranded with a broken ankle, Tegan figures she's made a terrible mistake. But her luck seems to change when a kind couple rescues her, offering shelter in their cozy cabin until the storm passes. Grateful for their help, Tegan begins to settle in, believing she's found a safe haven. However, as the days drag on, Tegan starts to notice something isn't right. The couple's hospitality feels increasingly sinister, and she realizes she's not just waiting out the storm, she's trapped. With her unborn child's life at stake, Tegan must confront the terrifying truth. This cabin is no refuge, and escaping might be her only chance at survival. Crash by Freida McFadden is a heart-pounding thriller about trust, danger, and the fight for survival, releasing on January 28th. That's our 10 books for this week. Until next time, you can check out booknotification.com. Book Notification offers an easy way to track your reading list, follow your favorite authors, and never miss a new release. Our website is completely free to use and it's packed with features to make your reading life easier. Follow your favorite authors and get notified whenever they release new books. We send out an email every Tuesday with a list of fresh releases from the authors you love. But that's not all. You can track your reading progress, mark books as read, rate and review them, and even import your data from Goodreads, Calibre, Libby, and more. Want to discover something new? Check out Reader's Roulette for book recommendations, or use our personalized book release calendar to stay up to date with the latest titles. You can even tag books with custom labels, just like on Goodreads shelves, and get tailored recommendations for what to read next based on your current book. Whether you're looking for books in publication or want to see them listed in chronological order, we've got it covered. Plus, all of our authors are audited by real people, so you know the information is accurate. So why not give it a try and join the thousands of readers already using our site to stay on top of their reading game. Thank you for listening, and I'll be back next week with more new book releases.